Hey folks, Gary here, doing the daily Bible reading for Thursday morning, and what a Thursday morning it is. Then we got like 1.5 feet of snow last night, which it makes everything an adventure, which is awesome, because why live a boring life when you can have an adventurous life? And speaking of that, we're looking at 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 4 today, and this is cool. This is about the adventure. It says this: God made great and marvelous promises so that his nature would become a part of us. Then we could escape our evil desires and corrupt influences of this world. In other words, God is making you into a new creation, taking away the old nature and putting his nature in there. And that is marvelous, and that is awesome. It means we can live better lives. Now, by better lives, I don't mean by material means or a worldly way of scaling that or evaluating that. I mean better lives with him. And that's pretty cool. You know, I'll give an example of this. My son asked me this morning, we had breakfast this morning together, and he's in grade 8, and he was asking about hate, and why do people hate, and people in history. And why do we hate? Well, we hate because that's the old nature, right? It's very natural to hate. And I think that grieves God. I don't think God's impressed with that when we hate other people. And especially today, in this day and age, with the political strife that's going on, no matter where you are in the world, there's a strong desire to hate people. That's the natural. That's living in the natural. God's called us to live supernaturally, which means we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to give in to those old natural ways, right? And when people say it's natural, well, yeah, poison's natural too, right? Like arsenic is natural. Like there's something better than natural. It's supernatural. And that's what Christ gives us, that we get to walk with him, no longer in those natural ways, but in a supernatural way with him, where we don't have to give in to things like hate. We don't have to give in to things like lust. We don't have to give in to those old passions of the flesh. Instead, crucify those things, and we can walk with him because he's given us a new nature. And that's pretty cool. And that's the adventure.